Welcome, 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 beautiful hearts. We are in for an energetic awakening. This is the Shiva Soul Transformation Experience with Fran Bailey. Fran is an amazing, gifted energy healer. She's an intuitive and a guide, and she's here to tell us all about her methodology for the Shiva Soul Transformation Experience. Hi, Fran. Thank you for
Hi,
being here. Welcome.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Tell us about your journey of coming into this method that you help women and people with. What
Mhm.
was your awakening like, and how did it lead you to the work that you're doing today?
Well, I've had a few, you know, enlightening experiences that sort of led me to this path. And I grew up
Mm.
in a metaphysical home.
Lucky you.
Yeah, I know. It was very,
A
very
head
wonderful.
start, a big
Yeah,
head start.
and lots of music and dance, and that was my first career as a dancer, modern dancer, and ballet. And
Wow.
But I definitely grew up with Mind Over Matter, and that this system that we're in is a perfect system to heal and that we could heal ourselves. And so I definitely had that idea all the time growing up. And then when I was 12, I went to a camp, a Christian Science camp, and I had a near-death experience with a canoe, and I was drowned, well, almost died, and in a canoeing episode and I was only 12 with lots of other women. So this is interesting because they believed that they could do anything, right? Which we did. We took these Michigan rapids that were not taken in 5 years, and I saw a canoe up like that, up perpendicular and a log in front of it, and I was the first canoe and held on to the reeds and yelled back, okay, we need to slow down because we're going to ram right into this canoe. So we portaged over the log, each one of us, and I was the last one to go, the last canoe. And my canoe started, water kept coming in and was going over the canoe. And I was kind of laughing and giggling, thinking that I could hop over the log, but I didn't. So I guess as I remember, keep remembering this, I went under the log and then my life went in front of me. I saw the tunnel, the light, and lots of beings of people that I knew or past lives. I recognized them and my body was going like this forward towards them, like, oh, I know you. And then I heard this voice saying, you're not ready. So I sort of pulled myself back into my body like a umbilical cord. You kind of jump back in. That's like an electrical thing that you jump back into your body saying, oh, okay, I'm alive and something just happened and I'm not sure. And I feel like I'm not scared of death, but something changed, something shifted. So, that was part of it. And then I had another dramatic experience with an ET experience the same year. So,
Wow, this was an
yeah.
activation for you.
Absolutely. And it was like, okay. And, being 12 and a teenager, you push that stuff away, right? But I think what happened was the transference of energy of the ability to heal quicker, I think was part of that, shift. So whether you call it a second death or another awareness, these things just kept happening. And I went, okay. And
Tell us
so
about the ET. What was that like? Was that in a dream? Was it a visualizations of something in the sky? What happened there?
Um, well,
You're
I
safe
would,
here, by the way.
yeah, okay, okay, good, good. I wonder sometimes, anyway, um, I was pretty ill, and this is actually a fact. Atwater, I can't remember her first name, PG Atwater or something. Anyway, I think I'm in her book. She took my story, and because a lot of
Oh,
times what happens in near-death experience and an ET experience are very close together. which fascinates me. And I wonder, because it was just this massive shift. So I'm in bed, I'm not feeling well, and I see this light coming into the front of the house, sort of over the house, and then lands in front. Now my eyes are not open. So what's happening is there's this telepathic communication happening. They and these little grays, a little gray, open the front door, floating in, go to my parents, don't take them. Go to my sister, don't take them. You're going to take me. My other sister sort
And
of passed.
everyone's out, everyone's
Yeah,
asleep.
no. Yeah, like I just knew that they were going to take me.
Okay.
So, so there's an agreement of this happening. There's an agreement. So I go, they float me out of the front door and up the steps
Wow.
into this ship. And there's a tall gray, and they lay me down, and they insert something, but they take something from my left ovary. I know it's my left ovary after you know, go into deep meditation many years later, figuring out what the hell happened. So,
Afterwards, was there any mark on your body that you noticed, or that
no,
was
but
not even
I'll tell you,
okay?
the next story. So I get back, I mean, then I come back in, and there's no time when you deal with these ETs. There's no concept of time. It could be like that. So I'm laying off the bed. I'm actually laying off the bed. And I thought, what am I doing? And crawl back in and go back to sleep. And of course, I don't remember until years later.
So do
So
you think that that was how they placed you back, kind of off skew, off the bed?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't,
Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I always have that question. Why?
Mm.
You know, that I'm suspended, not holding myself up. My legs are on, but I'm suspended this way. So anyway, years later, I'm going to meditation. I tell my sisters that this happened. And my other sister says, you know what? I remember the lights, but I couldn't
Okay.
move. I couldn't move because they kept me, I could not move. And then, yeah,
I just got big chills on that one, girlfriend.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So when she
Wow.
said she remembered, I said, okay, I'm not cray cray. Maybe a little bit anyway.
How many
Um,
years had passed? You said later. Was this five? You guys were much older, ready to graduate high school or something,
oh yeah,
or
this is later, like no,
adults?
adults.
Okay. Wow.
Because I kept having these dreams come true. I kept having these epiphanies, this pull to do this work. And so life goes on, and am married and have we're trying to get pregnant, and I couldn't get pregnant. So I went into this doctor, which I haven't
Uh-huh.
told this. It was good that you asked that question.
Wow.
And they said that your left ovary is very strange shape. And I went, bingo.
Wow.
So that was pretty amazing.
Wow.
And then, various things. They kept trying to call me, and I wasn't ready. And then probably after my children and et cetera, they found me, and I started training as an energy healer. And somebody said, you can see energy. And I said, okay, I'm studying philosophy. I'm studying Carl Jung. I'm studying all these Eastern religions and finding these guides. And so essentially it's they found me, and I started training as an energy healer, and then went into deep meditation, clairvoyant healers, and learned that okay, I have this ability, and now I have to investigate. So that's
Wow.
how
Okay.
it's started. And then the Shiva method came along when my father died, and I got cancer a year later after he did. And I realized that this is an interruption, but I'm going to heal myself with the help of another female doctor. And I started understanding that this is a perfect body and we all have cells, cancer cells in us, but I learned how to kill the cancer cell inside the cell pocket. And I would do that daily. I would go every 3 months to get checked, but I would do that daily, saying that, okay, I'm I'm gonna nick this, I'm gonna kill it, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna be clear. And I did one medical thing, and then I've been fine ever since.
Oh, wow. Okay. So when you said they found you, can you walk us through what happened there? So there must have been this awareness that you had, or were you just downloaded information because you did have that health challenge? So is that all came together and it just fell into place, or was there more to this?
Um, so I think it's a combination of, when you're a seer and when
Mhm.
you experience things that come true and when you experience sort of out of body experiences, but you can't share it because people wouldn't understand it, or you just have this ability, having guides at a very young age. I think I was led in increments of time so that I could actually embrace it at the right time.
Mhm.
So these people who trained me and made me aware of abilities that we all have actually, but I had been a healer many, many times through deep meditations. I knew I was in the Himalayas. I was with the Indians. I was, all that stuff, the white elephant, the white buffalo, I kept saying, okay, okay, okay. So I think we've been in this house for 30 years and I found this house and the Indians came to me in a dream. We're on a top of a hill and I think the Indians' energy is here. And they came to me in a dream that said, you are supposed to be here. We want you here. And that's when I knew something was up.
Wow, fascinating. So you're really dialed in and your senses are open. And you said that this is something that we all have, and on a human level, this is where we're ascending to. But I just want to say, what a head start you've been given
Mhm.
growing up in that supportive household that allowed for that to be free. But yet you still didn't talk about things that much, right? You still didn't share the stranger things until much later. And so, what do your siblings and your family think about that aspect of you, that ET connection?
Well, my one sister said, well, why didn't they take me? I thought that was so funny.
Yeah. Like, why not me?
Yeah.
I'm
So,
not worthy. Yeah.
right, exactly. My husband is, just kind of shakes his head.
In
He,
disbelief.
it, he believes, but it's just
Okay.
not his trajectory. It's massive. It's not. And I kind of have to not damp it down, but just go my own way and not be concerned that he doesn't love me in this way, or he's just who he is. And so
Yeah.
you have to learn to accept those that what path they're on and make
Yeah.
sure that there isn't, why doesn't everybody do this, kind of, I don't have all the answers. That's the key, is you
Mm.
become very humble, because it's really important that you don't judge,
Wow. Don't
because
judge what's going on. Don't judge your perception of it, right? Because you could clamp it down
Right. And also don't judge others
and
for
don't
not
judge you.
believing or not seeing, for not believing.
Because
Because
not
everybody
everyone
has
can.
their path.
Mhm.
So that's a big key. And I think that method, the Shiva method it's designed for you to explore. And it's designed for you to take the material and the suggestions to use it for your own well-being and however pace that is. And I'm just here to be your cheerleader. But I'm not here to change you. I'm just giving you all these years of experience in one method so that you could find the higher self, the intuitive self, the being that is the soul, and the soul speaks when the body, mind, heart are ready.
And tell us why that is so important, this higher self connection in this whole process, because that awareness, there's so much wisdom there. What have you learned? Why that's so important, that connection?
Well, I think I've learned through, my guides, my Hindu guides. Of course, Jesus is one
Mhm.
of my guides, Kuan Yin,
Uh,
um, and all the Indian healers, American Indian healers, that we all are in the human condition at different levels in our lifetimes that we have to experience. And the way we grew up, the way we navigate life, all those things come into play. But when you go to the heart, and of course, this is what you talk about, the heart, and you understand that the soul is connected to the heart, and that if the heart speaks, and if you allow the soul to speak and get out of your way, then it becomes something very, very different. So you're
and go ahead, please.
the anticipation of what it should be, ought to be, and has to be is absent. Only the timing of the connection to the soul and the personality without the ego stepping in. Then there's a marriage of um, love, divine love. And that's really all that matters. If you can get past all the stuff, the chaos.
The chaos,
Yeah.
aka the ego.
Oh my God.
Um, all right. It's really quite fascinating. All right. So this is really an off-planet, I want to call it a methodology, a method, an off-planet um, teaching that you've received. So I want to go back and say that you learned how to heal yourself from a diagnosis. And that ego, right? That ego could come in and trample its muddy boots all over this whole process. But something happened for you. You were able to maintain your energy. You were able to maintain a focus. You were able to receive
Hmm.
information. Can you share with us what that was like, what that process was, how it came to you? How did I mean, did it just occur in meditation and you just knew what to do?
Well, of course, skill is everything too. So you have to practice. And when I, as an energy healer, I had 12 years working on patients with doctors and about the body. And of course, I knew the body through dance. Meditation and deep meditation to connect to your higher self is a discipline.
Mhm.
So and as a dancer, I'm very, very disciplined. to understand. So if I needed to understand that I have this gift and I have this other career like dance and healing, how am I going to do that? So I need validation. And this is a story I don't tell much. So I'm in my studio. So I work in the studio here and I have a ballet bar and, I was dancing and all that stuff, choreography. And then I have three children, and I'm sitting in front of the mirror with this chair, on this chair. And I put my hands out and I go into deep, deep meditation. I said, okay, I want you all to bring me the guides come in. I don't know what to do. I've got three kids. I know I want to heal, but I also know that dance is part of the experience of creation. So the creativity comes in through the divine, whatever that is, right? Whether you're a painter, artist, whatever, dancer. So that's how I express, and I don't want to lose that.
Mhm.
So I put my hands out and I close my eyes and I go into very grounded and I ask that question. Am I going to dance or am I going to heal or am I going to do both or what's going on? And I hear this voice. My eyes are closed. I hear this voice and he says, touch my robe. And he says it again. He said, touch my robe. And I look down and I see sandals and I see the thickness of this robe. And I said, no, 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 no. This can't be. No, no way. So I'm like already crying. I'm already like feeling the energy. And he said, hold your hands out.
This is Jesus. Yeah, I picked up on that. Yeah.
Hold your hands out. So he doesn't touch me. He just puts his hands on. Oh, yes, he does. He puts his hands on top of mine and he says, you can dance. And he says, now flip them over. And he puts his hand underneath me and you can heal. And with that, there was I would say, a transformation download of the most humble experience and the most humble energy I have ever, ever experienced in my life. And that was a gift.
Again, I'm feeling that, and that is the validation, and that is a beautiful connection. That's a beautiful download that you received.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're doing, Fran, is helping us all realize when we experience things like this, it's different for each of us,
Right.
but it shows us to pay attention, right? Pay attention to that. It's not
Mm-hmm.
our imagination.
No.
This is an experience. And for you, it literally healed you and it changed your life. Wow.
Right.
All right. And so, you really are, when you had your near-death experience and you said you saw your past lives, is that how you knew you're connected to the East Asians, right? The Far East,
No, I
Tibet?
didn't see past lives. I saw lives that were part of me. I don't know, like people that I knew in other lifetimes. I could tell the energy. I mean,
Ah,
there were light. They were all coming forward as like whether they were ancestors or grandparents or
uh-huh.
a healer. I don't know, but I couldn't identify. But
Okay.
the Indian the Indian experience is just happened through many, many meditations. And, you know, um, as a female healer with Kuan Yin
Mhm.
and with Rosalind Briere, who is out of California, she's a wonderful medical intuitive healer that I trained with. She's amazing. And, she's part Indian, American Indian, but she has a mountain that was given to her in I can't remember the name of the town. Um, anyway, she's that, but we're like we have the same kind of, I don't know. Ability.
Definitely a connection.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely a
definitely.
connection. Yeah. And it's,
And your rainbow tribe, because it's all like everything that you're
yeah.
connected to. It's and so most recently the Native Americans. It's wonderful. And so your healing is supported by these beings, Kuan Yin and all of it. And there's no need to like go in and name them unless you care to. But it is really fascinating that you are aware of that. And so with this method, not only are we, healing this on a cellular level, but what is going on? How have you been able to determine what makes us sick on a cellular level? The debris, is it thoughts and mental? And then what are you doing to clean that up for the healing that you experienced?
Well, I get these downloads of different meditations, deep meditations, and I practice them on myself. So I'm the guinea pig on anything that I create. I do it first
Uh-huh.
and watch what happens and get the sort of, oh yeah, that's going to work because it's done through the body.
Uh-huh.
We have to manifest through the body in order for these spiritual experiences to exist. We don't go out of body, we stay in body, and we bring the soul to us. And we go to the soul and we bring the soul to us and the higher self so that these higher dimensions can be um, manifested in a way that's current for you. So in other words, your body's different every day. So like, we'll do a karma cleanse or we'll do, like 5D experience. We'll do permission for new probabilities. So even when I say that, you can see what that feels like, right? Permission for new probabilities. So even in the word choice and how it's said is very important. So these little tools can get you back in order, sort of to figure out, okay, where your spiritual path is, if you wish, if you're ready, I mean, if you're not, you're not. There's no judgment there. So again, it's humblingly, I don't know if that's a word, offering the suggestions of certain kind of meditation or certain body, putting you on the table, doing body energy work when I go into the physics of actual each chakra and how it's aligned and finding where the blocks are, whether it's emotional, whether it's spiritual, whether it's physical, the one begets the other. Which comes first? Is it the body or the mind? They're all connected.
So it's really these chakras. Can you explain more for those who are not so familiar with that? The power of the chakras, the role the chakras play in all of this, and why aligning them is so important. I mean, that really is a big key. Why?
Well, everything is a chakra system. It's sort of the electrical psychic centers, we call them. They're wheels of energy, and each one has a meaning, each one has a purpose. There's 7 in the body. You have 7 layers for your energy field. You go to the higher planes for 7 planes above your head. So when you think about clearing the chakras in order to get to the higher planes so that you can bring that message in, you would want to be aligned, wouldn't you, in order to receive? So if you think of, like, I use this example of purple rain, just, in between clients, I would run purple rain through my body and aura just to cleanse the energy that we experience together. And then I'll close that session off to go to the next. So it's this dynamic and choreographed um, sort of lessons, I would say, in order to find that peace in yourself.
Mhm.
So
Very good.
it's just like life. It's just choreography. And if you bring in Mother Nature and you bring in cosmic energy, those two combined can help you clear the centers. You know, you have a survival center, you have a creative center, you have the ego center, you have the heart, you have the voice, you've got the intuition, and you've got the access to the soul.
As you're a dancer, I'm just saying that this is one big dance
Oh, heck yes.
with all of it. And so to me, that says wholeness,
Yeah.
right? There's a wholeness. And the ego does still play a part in that, but it's not front and center.
No. And that's why I put the Enneagram in my method.
Tell us more.
So as a healer, um, sometimes the ego would come in and say, well, I really know this stuff. I'm pretty special and all that stuff. And, won't they like me? And suddenly I realized that, I wrote my book. I wrote a book actually before Emergence. This is my book. And it's very colorful. It's all the chakras. There's lots of, quotes. Anyway, before I wrote the book, um, my twins went to college. And I kind of lost it. I just said, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I realized that I couldn't depend on my husband. I had to really go deep inside myself. So I was having some physical issues, went to get yoga and somebody said, well, this is, have you ever heard of Enneagram? And Gurdjieff is his name, who designed it, is Russian. It was in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And he studied movement all over the world. And he choreographed one piece because we really are one. We're in one unit, but we just tend to navigate through the mind, the heart, and the body. Which one? Do we go through the head? Do we go to the mind? Or we go to the body? So I said, well, that's fascinating. He studied movement. He came up with this idea. He choreographed one long piece. It's now gone through many, many systems of psychological stuff. So now it's the Enneagram, and we're studying the ego. And so when you learn what type you are, then you dive into, oh, look at those little patterns. Isn't that funny?
Mm.
So then you begin to study why you're responding the way you're responding. And then I look at the type and the energy around the type. And that's a science. So someone in their head, their energy is going to be up here. They're always up and they always analyze and ask 1,000 questions. And somebody in their heart always is kind of hurt. They come from their heart and they're very loving, but there's always this kind of, they just take it in. And the body types are more aggressive and more, they kind of hold their aggression, but they're very particular. So each type has three. So at the top, there's a circle. At the circle is 8, 9, and 1. That's the body type. Then you have 2, 3, 4, which is the heart type. Then you have the 5, 6, and 7, which is the head type. So it's one big wheel, and then you connect to each one. So there's a tri-type. So we're all head, body, mind, and heart, but we tend to go towards one. So the tools in which you learn how to, oh, they're navigating that way. Well, maybe I'll ask the question to a head type. What do you think you feel? not what you feel. And that will resonate. So fascinated with psychology, and of course I studied Jung and all that. And it's just how the ego works, and you make fun of it and you move on. You don't get stuck in it, but you laugh at yourself. You say, oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. All right. That's really fascinating. So this is all part of the method that you are working with. Tell us about the Shiva method, because this is, again, looking at those patterns and clearing all of that.
hmm
So, how do you describe this for people that you introduce it to?
Um, well, it's a self-healing method. So it's really for the the person, the person who ever wants to use any of these tools. That's the first thing. It's a study of your of inquiry. So
Mm-hmm.
the inspiration is for you to self-inquire about yourself. That's not selfish. That's really asking the questions that will stir interest.
Like, why do I react that way?
Yeah,
Why am I acting that way? Why am I doing this? Does it help one understand where we go unconscious? I mean, let me back up, because when we're on this journey and we learn, oh, or we're told by a
right,
spiritual teacher,
right.
you went unconscious, then
Yeah.
we're like, wait a minute, I'm still here, I'm still aware. And it has taken me years to learn really what that meant. I'm like, I'm right here, I'm very present, but now I've come to understand what it means for me when I
hmm
go unconscious. I do understand that more. But
hmm
this is really helping people understand that, because we, when we're unconscious, we don't think or act fully, do we?
hmm
We're in those patterns. We're in that karma. We're in that old energy. What are your thoughts on all this?
Um, well, first of all, don't apologize where you are. So
Okay, yeah.
everything is sacred. Everything is sacred, no matter where you are in your life, even if
Excellent.
it's hard. There's a if you can be humble enough to understand that, these are growing pains and we all have them at different times in our life. That's nothing new, that's we all have that. So that makes us as a unity. That's we all have that experience of life, right? So in order to kind of inspire those to kind of dig through some old patterns, then there's like this, okay, I'm going to open the door and it may be dark, but I'm going to encourage you to jump and to um, take a chance in unfolding what you need to unfold. It's like, I know I want to choreograph and finish that, but I'm going to walk away because I'm just mad that I can't finish it or whatever. I'll never remember, I will regret that all the time if I didn't finish it, if I wasn't going to my creative best. Now, that's not perfection. This is a study in, again, your own self-talk and your own communication. So Shiva means seeking harmony in energy, voice, and action. So that was channeled to me in 2002. And I said, what is that? So it's taken me this long. They knew that that was going to be some access for me to access this method or do it through that word.
And I just love it because it's the plays on the Eastern
Yes,
philosophy. Shiva, the
Shiva.
destroyer of worlds, the
Yeah,
destroyer.
destroyer and creator.
And creator.
Yeah.
That's so perfect. Say that again. It's
Seeking
seeking harmony,
harmony,
energy,
which we all want, right? In energy,
energy,
voice,
voice.
and then action. So you're actually applying that concept of harmony through your body, mind, heart, and soul. So the action is the activating that desire for harmony.
It feels as if it interfaces the quantum field, actually,
Yeah.
because that harmony, that peace, that heart-centered interface, let's call it, and then the action that we take from that with our voice, that's quantum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're interfacing with the quantum. And this is given, I'm getting chills again. This is given to you from the ETs who have worked with you and Jesus,
Yeah.
your guides. And we don't have to say they're ETs or extraterrestrials, but your guides,
Yeah.
multidimensional.
Yeah.
Uh,
It doesn't, yeah. It's like it doesn't matter anymore how. It's just that it's here and that it's a gift and that I'm sharing it and that feels right.
that feels right.
Yeah.
And I just commend you for doing that, Fran.
Thank you.
So many of us, that's what we're told when by spiritual teachers is that when we're getting this information, trust it, now share it, right? Sharing it is where many of us halt or pause. And so here you are, you're sharing this method. Let's get a little taste of it because you've got a beautiful offering for everyone to go really deep into this and dive into it and work with this in the way that you've worked with this in your life so we can see how that benefits. But can you tell us or take us on a little mini journey to seek harmony, energy, voice, and action?
Yeah. Okay. So you mean you want me to explain or you want me to do a meditation?
You can do a little explaining and then a little
Okay.
experiential.
Okay. Okay. So if you're committed to the concept of harmony, if you want that in your life,
Mhm.
then you're seeking it. And so that's the action, right? So you're seeking the harmony. And in that requires you to address yourself.
Can't blame others. We
No,
cannot
no,
blame others.
no. You have to address yourself and how you have beautifully navigated through the world in your own right. And that how you see life is unique. And first of all, that is the positive end of digging in and finding more beauty in yourself. This is basically finding the love in yourself.
Self-love.
Self love. It's always going to come back to that. Always. So I always say this that love is at the altar of truth. So when we look at truth, we look at the inner you, and that is the inner truth, right? So then that becomes a thought that becomes everything is energy. So changing the thought is energy. So then you become that idea becomes, wow, that's bigger now. And that's I'm part of that idea. And then I'm going to take it a little bit further and start digging. Okay, I'm going to do some body work. I always do body work because I designed a body work on this offer, even if you're sitting or anyway. And then you go into meditation, you go deeper into clearing the chakras. And then you can do a karma cleanse after that and start digging even more and do these little bits and bits to unfold to finding that peace within yourself. And that each time you do that is a breath moving closer to the path that you want to go on. So the breathing part of this acceptance is where um, you have a choice to explore. So it's really about exploration and having fun with it. You know, we got to have fun with it too. We can get serious, but then we got to have fun with it. So
Don't beat yourself up too much. Don't be so
yeah, yeah,
serious with it all.
right.
Play and go into the wonderment of it.
Yeah, wonderment.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, in just a few minutes then, because I know this is very deep and it's pretty extensive, but just take us through a little, maybe a little breath or a little, whatever
Little,
you're guided to.
yeah. Okay.
All
Let me
right.
look. And when I do that, I kind of close my eyes and I'll look at, what I should do. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right. I got it.
Okay.
Okay. So, in this we're gonna do a little clearing, and this is just a very small sort of introduction to it. When you do a clearing, we bring in Mother Earth energy up to the first chakra, include the reproductive organs, clearing the legs and the first two chakras with earth, and then we bring cosmic energy to the belly button, etc. I'm going to go through each chakra, and we'll do a very simple clearing. But I want you to remember, and this is really, really important, no matter what kind of meditation you do, when we call on Mother Earth, we have to remember that this is the new Earth, that we don't call on the old Earth, we call on the new energetic Earth. It's just like the quantum physics. When you're choreographing whatever this is the new energy that will give you the support and impetus to shift. Okay? Good. All right. So you can close your eyes if you like. I'll close mine. And I want you to imagine you creating a circle 3 inches in diameter where you sit, and that's the first chakra. So each one of these chakras has a meaning and a purpose. This is like a wheel. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So I want you to bring in that new earth energy. Imagine this fresh new earth energy coming in each time we do this into that space you've created. And bring it into the first chakra and bring it into your reproductive organs and your left and right sciatic nerve down the back of your legs. So even if you don't have the organs, the energy is still there. So you're really grounded to the earth. And at the same time, you're going to bring that up to your belly button. Then you're going to bring gold cosmic energy from well above the crown and bring it into the top of the head, center of the head, throat, chest, and stomach to the belly button. So these two energies are mixing, earth and cosmic. Good. So I want you to bring in Mother Earth's energy up into your feet, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, and your thighs. And imagine 2 drops of water on either femur on top of the hips, inside the hips, rolling down and flushing the legs of any energies that you don't need. So you want the body to do that. So flushing your legs, allowing your feet chakras to be open and let that energy go down to the seventh center of the earth, where Mother Earth will rejuvenate and recycle for you. Good. Focusing now on the first chakra where you sit. This is the color red. This is about survival. So you want to release any survival pictures, releasing any karma, contracts, energies that are not yours. Place 1 drop of water in the center of that wheel or chakra and let it ripple through past the edge of your aura. Edge of your aura is the length of your arms, side to side, up and down, front and back. That is your energy field. So you move it past the field. So we're just simply clearing, releasing any pain, lower back, tailbone, uncurl the tailbone. There you go. Moving up now to the second chakra, pubic bone to belly button. This is the color orange. This is about creativity, sexuality, emotions, boundaries, releasing any overwhelming emotions coming from you or others. Place one drop of water in the second chakra and let it ripple through, releasing karma, contracts, energies that are not yours. Simple clearing, no right or wrong. It's what you get is what you get. Take a deep breath. Say hello to the belly button chakra. So we're just aligning these centers. Stay grounded. We're going to move up into the third belly button to the breastbone. This is the color yellow. This is the ego. Releasing any shoulds, have tos, we're getting to the authentic self. Authentic self. So let it go. Drop one drop of water in the center of that third and let it ripple through, front, back, side to side. Chakras are 360 and let it go past the edge of your aura. So essentially, you're just combing out this energy, just a clearing. Take a deep breath. We're moving up into the fourth chakra. This is the color green. This is love, self-love, community. Include your arms and hands. Place one drop of water in the center of that fourth chakra and let it ripple through any resistance to higher love, divine love. Self-love. And let it ripple through front, back, side to side, past the edge of your aura. Notice the energy gets lighter as we go higher into the body, up the body. It's going to the fifth chakra at the throat. This is the color blue. Releasing any restrictions of the voice that you remember to speak your truth. Place one drop of water in the center of that fifth chakra and let it ripple through past the edge of your aura, releasing any karma, contracts, energies that are not yours, any attachments that you're ready to release. Take a deep breath. Good. Stay with it. Lovely. Moving in the ear canals and sinuses, opening up the telepathic channels in the eyes, behind the eyes. Moving up into the sixth chakra. This is the clairvoyant intuitive center and occipital ancestry in the back of the brain. Place one drop of water. This is the color purple. Place one drop of water in the center of that pineal gland, the intuitive self, and let it ripple through, releasing contracts, karma, attachments that your body and aura are ready to release. And move it past the edge of your aura. Take a deep breath, come into the center of your head, check your grounding cord. Feel these chakras aligning as we now move up into the crown chakra. Opening the crown chakra, this is the color violet. Placing one drop of water in the center of that head, releasing any resistance to the higher self soul, allowing that to be present for you to receive messages. Place that one drop of water and let it go into the seventh crown chakra and let it flow up and over and around. to back to the center of the earth. And as you let go of your grounding cord, create a space for a new one. Don't follow the cord 3 inches in diameter where you sit. Bring in that new earth energy. Smell that earth, the trees, the elementals, the animals, nature that you are part of, how you create. You are part of that creation, especially now. As you bring in that earth energy up into your feet and legs, into your first chakra. You okay? Take a deep breath. Bring in that earth energy, the smell, a little bit of brown. You want to really ground and bring it into your first chakra at the base of the spine. Include your reproductive organs in your left and right sciatic. And bring that new earth energy, filling your first chakra, feeling safe, grounded, present to your body and aura. Second chakra, feeling creative, balanced, in your higher creativity to express. And then we're bringing that fresh new gold cosmic energy from well above the crown into the center of the head, fifth chakra, fourth and third, balancing the third chakra, saying hello to the authentic self. Mixing these two energies, and now the fourth chakra at the heart, loving yourself, include your arms and hands. Allowing that authentic self and that love of self to be expressed through the fifth chakra. So you have 2 places of expression, second and fifth. And now the sixth chakra, the center of the head, intuitive self, speaks. And of course, now the seventh, allowing that gold energy to be present, soul to be present, higher self to be present. As you say hello to your energy field and the edges of your aura, aligned, loved, in earth and cosmic energy. Take a deep breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. If you're dizzy, put your head between your knees.
I'm dizzy with love. No, that is so luscious.
Yeah.
Wow. And both, I want to say phases, the first part, the second part, the first part, and then when so the clearing was palpable,
Palpable.
but boy, wow, like I feel electric right now. I feel really lit up. I feel energized, harmonious, really super happy. I feel like new earth. I want to cry. Like new earth is literally within me now. And this is the importance of this work. It may seem like,
Yeah.
just go breathe a little bit and close your eyes. But you've given us such a treat. What a beautiful, when we changed the grounding cord, we let that go and we let the new come in.
I know.
I truly hope that everyone experiencing this will go back and listen to this again in case you missed it. In case you missed what we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's a feeling here that is all that we're talking about. And I truly believe if we do this, if we learn this so well,
Mhm.
this is the self-healing.
Yeah.
for us, the self-modulating, the self-regulating, the self-love, the self-energizing, the connection. I can feel my higher self connection very intensely right now.
So
Like
that's you.
I want to go like just go right.
Yeah. That creative, that's you.
Wow.
So you have to remember that that is you. It's not me, it's you.
You are doing a beautiful job connecting us from the inside out.
Yeah.
Now I get what you said when we need to experience it through the body. And so then the chakras and the energy centers, as they get cleared out from the negative thoughts, the sludge, the debris,
Debris.
and the openness and the alignment of that with the new earth energies. Everyone, if we do this, we're going to be, I don't like to use the word bulletproof, but this makes us bulletproof. It feels bulletproof, like
Yeah.
nothing can penetrate, nothing outside of us, nothing that we read in the news, if we're still checking into that toxic vibrational debris. And I know we have to do it. As a journalist, I will always, I'm sorry to say, I will always peek at it. But this is a very powerful process for us walking on this planet at this time of this great shift.
Yeah. And so
Very cool.
the new earth is really in the offerings, they're like four different meditations that you can experience. But
Okay.
that new earth energy is really, really important to remember. Because I was saying to Kathy, she said, I haven't heard anybody say that. And I said, I know. I don't know, I know, but I just know for me that I've been thinking, doing the grounding cord and doing it the old way, and it's not there anymore. And I said, well, of course, I have to do a higher frequency just to bring that in because I'm working with Mother Earth. Now we have to do that in order for us to ramp up and be present. So ramping up and being present is what is most important in order to continue this change. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, goddess. It truly does.
Yeah.
Earlier this year, I was given, because I was everyone's been going through heavy stuff this year. This year has been an
Yeah.
incredible shift on all fronts, in all ways, in
Yeah.
every area. And so I got very clearly new earth frequency upgrade that this is our opportunity in the shift to make that conscious choice and choose the upgrade. And you've just
Mhm.
upgraded us.
Yeah.
It is an upgrade. We don't need to wallow in that
Uh,
anymore. And like you said, you didn't feel that anymore. It wasn't there.
wasn't
That grounding
there.
cord wasn't there. So what is there? And this is where we can feel like my feet are really tingly right now. We can feel our feet on new earth
Yeah.
connected to Gaia, and my shins are getting all tingly. And actually, I think my guide Dwal Cool is here. Okay, okay. Not to go off on that, but anyway, this is the importance of that new earth energy, and it is here for us in all situations, in all cases of despair or
Mhm.
energetic times of frustration, right? Yeah, that's what is helping us right now at this moment. All right.
Yeah.
I again appreciate this mini little
Oh,
energetic
I hope. Yeah.
session, and I hope
Good.
everyone is feeling it. And now you know what this feels like when you work with Fran Bailey. So we are going to talk about Fran's special offer. This is something that is really beautiful for you to add in your life. We're going to talk about some meditations, and there's also a personal healing session
Mhm.
with Fran. So tell us about this. This is a beautiful offering. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think there are four meditations: karma cleansing meditation, which is it's a really cool, like you can get rid of a lot of stuff, like the concept of anger hanging on from ancestry, or it's that kind of, you can just do any kind of subject. It's very cool and it works. It really works. 5D experience meditation where we're going up into the other higher realms. And so it's just sort of like what we just did, but we even go a little bit further. And then there's permission of new probabilities. So allowing that, not negative energy, but the probabilities of new, like new earth, new ways of looking at things, and just being open without those restrictions. Then there's move into magic meditation, which is a group healing, which is very cool. I did that in June. And then there's a movement, Shiva movement video. And it's a chair movement. It's very simple, just actually activating the chakras, knowing where they are, just showing where they are kind of thing, and then doing simple stretches.
And that's that dancer in you. You're
Yeah.
doing it in a chair, but
Yeah.
that's the beauty of that bliss dance within you. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And then there's a session with me if you'd like, if that's the B or A, B. I don't know what those are. But anyway, I can't figure that out. But anyway, if you'd like a 30-minute session where I'll just kind of plug in and read your energy, and it's very quick, and we'll just get right to it, do a clearing, and then find out you know, what it is you need.
Highly supportive, this offering for light workers. Those who have used this in their life, have they gotten back to you on some of the changes that they've witnessed and experienced?
Hmm. Yeah. So if on my if you work with me like in 3 sessions, I usually do like three if you have a dramatic thing happening in your life, and I'll do a 3 intensives with you. And there's a remarkable change because they're just like, they walk in and it's like one way, and then they walk out and they're completely different. And they call and they say, "Oh my God, I'm thinking I'm so much happier. I'm finding myself. I'm answering my questions. I'm looking at my energies, looking at where I'm gripping onto other people, and now I'm back in my body, and I can just observe that kind of um, analogy and understanding of their own energy." And that's what this is understanding your own energy and how you navigate, and just give you little tweaks on how to refine it so you can, understand it even deeper. And then you go to they'll come back and see me in 6 months or something, and they get a tune-up or something like that.
Energy work,
Yes.
in the importance of this energy work. We are responsible and we can shift it. And these are really powerful, wonderful tools of support to help everyone navigate their own energy system, course correct their energy
Yeah.
system, amplify their energy system, clean their energy system, and be more present and conscious. And again, as I was mentioning, when we do this work, we become very aware, more aware, and that improves our lives all the way around. So, for those who are interested in this, again, you've got the meditations and the video. That's one offering, plus the healing session includes everything as well. And you get that immediately. So, we encourage you to sign up. There is a link on this webpage. Scroll down and check it out
Mhm.
and get yourself into this if this resonates with your heart. You can feel it in your body if this makes you feel good. And these are highly supportive programs for you on New Earth. This is
Mhm.
New Earth
Yeah.
education, New Earth training.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to add anything else about this beautiful offering, Fran?
Um, I would say just step in with an open heart, and know that it's almost as if you are reaching inside yourself to know yourself better and feel the energy that is palpable. And I really, because as a dancer, I have to feel. And so the work is very, very palpable, and it's hard to explain unless you've done it. And I think that with this practice, you can really engage in finding your own energy and the love in yourself. So it's really
Yes, very
great.
good. Thank you for that. I would like to add as well that when you say that, find that love, or do it with an open heart. When we truly feel our heart opening, I mean, we can cry, we shed tears in moments of like heart openingness. But when we can sit alone in our own space, in our own energy, I'm going to cry right now, and feel that open heart, we just want more of it. And that open heart literally is rippling out into the field in so many ways. We are not even aware of it, primarily our own field. And so that's
Mhm.
why the Shiva method is so effective, is because it's tuning us into that, opening our heart, bringing in that higher self connection.
Mhm.
We've always learned we know what we know within us. Tools like this bring us closer to that inner wisdom coming forth like a fountain of information.
Mhm.
And that's our light. And that is what self-love does for
Mhm.
us and the planet. All
Mhm.
right. Fran Bailey, as we say goodbye, I want to thank you for this beautiful time today. And I want to give you a moment for any final thoughts.
I think that, yeah, two thoughts. You're allowed to be here. You're allowed to be here and present and give your uniqueness to each other and this world. And that's part of why you're here. And that love is at the altar of truth, and that truth is you. So, God bless.
That is worthy of a sticky note, everyone.
Mhm.
Love is the altar of truth,
Mhm.
and that truth is you.
Mhm.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fran, and
Thank
thank you
you.
everyone.
It's wonderful being with you.
We're so overjoyed and our heart is full and we are fully in Shiva right now.
Well,
Thank you
good.
everyone for watching, and thank you, Fran. This has just
Thank you.
been uplifting and enlightening. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Visit newearth1.com.